Welcome everybody to another edition to the DFS Rebels Week 3 Thursday night edition. The game between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Miami Dolphins. We're here brought to you by BetAngles with player pick'em contests, computer-generated sports betting picks, and sports research tools. Together, we will rise to the top. It's your boy David Dietrich, aka Double D. I'm here again with Robert Smith. They call him Twitch. Let's get right into this. Let's join the rebellion.
All right. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, DFS Rebels, and follow us on Twitter, DFS Rebels. Follow the Facebook page. Okay, great googly moogly. How did everyone survive?
What's up, everybody?
How did everybody survive that? Not COVID pandemic, the injury pandemic of this year.
I can't believe this weekend. There was, 7 torn ACLs? Unbelievable. Never heard such a thing.
A lot of my best ball leagues are looking pretty bad. But you know what? I still love fantasy. This is how you separate the weak and the strong. I'm still in it. I still know what to do. But you know what? Let's talk about this game coming up. Jaguars, Dolphins.
I'm excited. All right, so we got the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Miami Dolphins. First things first, let's talk about the injury report. All right, so just coming in for the Jaguars, DJ Chark, chest injury, did not practice today. Questionable for tomorrow. That's a big one. And then we all know the running backs for the Jaguars, Divine, Zigbo, and Armstead, they're both out. And one notable injury from the Dolphins is Byron Jones, groin, out for tomorrow's game.
That's big.
That is a big one. That is a big one. All right, so let's talk about the game. Who should we talk about first, Rob?
I think we should talk about the beard versus the mustache.
Yes, we all know I was very big. If you guys followed us on YouTube, you know our bold predictions. I had a segment on Gardner Minshew being a top 10 quarterback this season.
It's your man crush.
Yes, he's off to a good start. He's going. I don't know if his game strip proven or I don't know, but Gardner Minshew is actually having a good season so far. What do you think?
I love him this year. I do have him in the league, and I'm actually starting him against you this week.
Yes, that is correct, and we're going to talk about that later on. We'll see about that one. All right, so let's talk about the Jaguars. Gardner Minshew, last week he threw the ball 45 times, completed 30 of them for 339 yards. He had 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. He also had 4 rushes for 19 yards and a fumble. So, the Dolphins defense, they got some good players out there, but, Byron Jones out. They do have the cornerback, Xavier Howard. He did have a bad week. Stefon Diggs lit him up last week, huh?
He did. But Diggs is a special type of a receiver.
Yeah, so... I want to say DJ Chark, if he plays, he might get the Howard treatment. Either way, after seeing last week, I don't know if Howard even, I don't know what his deal is. But if DJ Chark plays, I don't mind playing him.
Yeah, if you're going to attack on a DFS standpoint, all of the Jaguars wide receivers.
Yes, we're going to get into all the other receivers.
They're all in play.
Yes.
Every single one.
Do you have a favorite one in mind?
I'm really big on the rookie, Sano.
Okay. They got him involved in the running game.
They do, so it's upside there.
Yeah, so last week, he had 5 rushes for 37 yards. He averaged 7 yards a rush. Even the week before, he had some rushes. So they're getting really creative with him. He's a big body receiver, rookie. I was high on him. But this year, there was a lot of great receivers.
Coming out the draft, yeah?
Yes. Chenault was one of my favorites with Justin Jefferson, who hasn't been doing much so far with the Vikings. But, my boy Jerry Jeudy for the Broncos.
Yep.
But, Chenault was one of my targets this year in all my season-long leagues. I got him in a couple. Just picked him up this morning on waiver wire, so that was big for me. Looking at this game, I like the passing attack. Gardner Minshew, you pair him up with any of these receivers. Let's talk about the other receivers. We got Chris Conley.
You got DJ Chark. You got Tyler Eifert.
Tyler Eifert at tight end.
Yep. Keelan Cole.
Keenan Cole. Well, actually, Keenan. Let's talk about him for a second here.
He's been on fire. I believe he's in the end zone, right?
Yeah, he had last week 6 catches, 58 yards, and a touchdown.
Yeah, a little sneaky there.
And he led the team with 7 targets, tied with Chris Conley.
I really thought, coming this season, because they had Westbrook, who's just been like the forgotten man.
Mm-hmm.
I thought Chris Conley was going to be like the up and come, like the surprise. But it's actually
he has some speed. I think he played for Kansas City
but
not too long
it's
ago.
actually been Cole. Cole is the guy that's impressing lately.
Mm-hmm. Do you not to skip over the running game, but do you like any of the James Robinson? Let's talk about him.
All right, so the running game is very interesting. I do like James Robinson.
He had a big game: 16 rushes, 102 yards, and a touchdown.
I know his player prop is 67.5.
Okay.
I would take the over.
Depending on the game script.
I do feel Jaguars are going to be leading, which means they're going to rely on him.
Oh, I forgot to mention the Jaguars are a 3-point favorite, by the way.
Yep. And they're a favorite to win it, so I think they're going to be ahead, which means I think Robinson hits that 67.5. I think he hits his 100-yard mark. He impressed me. People didn't know what to think about him when they gave him the start, but he looks like a 3-down back.
Yeah, it doesn't look like they're really. Not to cut you off, they're not getting Chris Thompson involved that much.
He did find the end zone last week.
Yes, okay. He had 3 catches for 20 yards.
Yep.
And a touchdown.
Yep. So after that, I'm not on Chris Thompson for.
Yeah, he's more of a third down. If they do fall behind, maybe he'll get more involved. But
not in my lineups. I'm not on Chris Thompson.
Yeah.
I do like Robinson. If you look across, they had that 3-headed monster over there in Miami. With Breida, Howard, and Gaskin, this little sneaky play. But he's not that sneaky. He's like one of the number 1 waiver picks up this week, besides for like the those injury guys like Deion Lewis and Mike Davis. But Gaskin, he's sneaky.
Very sneaky. I was surprised that they're playing him when they have guys like Breida.
But it looks like
Jordan Howard.
It looks like he might be the featured back. And if he is the featured back, his player prop is 39.5. And if he's going to be the feature back, he's definitely easily beating that, even with the Jaguars have a good run defense. But I can still see Gaskin putting up 45, 50 yards. I see that should be easy for him.
Yeah, so last week.
So I would take an over on that prop.
Yeah.
I wouldn't. You can use him in your lineup, but I wouldn't. I'd rather go James Robinson. Because you have to follow a game script of how you think the game is going to go. I think the Jags are going to win it, so I'm not going to use any Gaskin or Howard.
Okay, yeah. So now that we're on the Miami Dolphins, let's talk about them a little bit here. First things first, Ryan Fitzpatrick. Wow. Okay.
What's funny about their player props?
We got the beard versus the mustache.
That's right. What's funny about their player prop is Minshew has an over/under of 262.5, while Fitzpatrick is 267.5. So very close, just a 5-yard difference. I think they both hit 300.
Yeah, no, I'm aboard with that.
I think they're slinging it. I think both of them are coming into this game to have fun.
Yeah.
Like I think they just want to have fun, and they're just gonna. And when they have fun, you've seen Fitzpatrick do great when he's just having fun.
Yeah.
So
Fitzpatrick is a fantasy killer, man. He's a veteran. He doesn't die. He's trying. Tua isn't ready yet. He's still hurt. He's avoiding contact in practice still, so he's still weeks away. So yeah, Fitzpatrick has a lot. He doesn't have a lot to prove, but I know he wants to win. The Dolphins are, they haven't been good the last couple of years, so.
So doing my lineup this week, I would use both quarterbacks, but I would go a little more on Fitzpatrick just because I said like the Jaguars are going to be winning, so Fitzpatrick's going to have to throw from behind. Jaguars have no passing defense, so Fitzpatrick should get a lot of garbage time numbers. He should hit that 300-yard mark or 300 plus. He should be.
Yeah, let's talk about his weapons actually in this game. Mm-hmm. Mike Gesicki had a career game last week. Wow, 8 catches, 130 yards, and a touchdown.
Yep, absolutely.
11 targets.
You're just building my lineup for me as we talk. Like I said, I'm already going James Robinson, Fitzpatrick, and
Devontae Parker is playing, by the way.
He is playing, but I still like Gesicki. It's just that lineup right there is just sounding juicy as I'm talking about it. Love Gesicki in this. we've seen Fitzpatrick have plenty of connection with Parker, so that's always a good play as well. But Gesicki and Parker are both going to be kind of chalky.
They had this guy last week, Isaiah Ford. He plays a slot. I know that for a fact. He had 7 catches, 76 yards. Came out of nowhere, 9 targets.
That is an interesting one. So yeah, you have to get different with like a Ford or I think Preston Williams.
Yeah, Preston Williams only had one catch for 26 yards.
Yeah. So remember, some chalk is good chalk. So you can go Gesicki and then get a little different with Ford.
Jakeem Grant, I'm seeing.
And that would be good for some bigger GPPs if you're not doing cash lines. Otherwise, I would do Gesicki.
Looks like your boy Lynn Bowden came into the game last week too as well.
Yeah, I was a little upset when he left the Raiders, but I think he's going to be an interesting threat.
Was he a receiver? Is he a running back? What is
they
he?
have him listed as a receiver, but they're going to use him in both. He's not going to be a thing yet. I still think he's a couple weeks out as well, but he's going to be very interesting long term. I actually I have him in some deeper leagues. I have him on my roster. I think he's again another guy like a Sano. There's upside if you're going to use him in a run game and the receiving game. That's upside I just want. I think if you're going multiple lineups in the big GPP, you could throw Lynn Bowden in there and hope they actually give him that usage as a running back, wide receiver, and give him some plays, and who knows, it might actually help you.
Yeah, so my game script, I think this is going to be a nice up and down pace. It's going to be a shootout. I'm not liking the running game. The Jaguars did hold Derrick Henry last week to 25 rushes to 83 yards. So these guys that they get this 3-headed monster they got going over here, like Myles Gaskins, he definitely gets in PPR leagues. He's definitely a good pick. What's the deal with Matt Breida though? You don't use this guy that much. What was it?
That was a little surprising.
Why would they trade for him if they're not going to use him? I don't understand that.
I don't know what the Dolphins do.
Yeah, and they traded for Jordan Howard. He got 5 carries for 4 yards. He did sneak in for a touchdown, but
again, I believe the feature back is going to be Gaskin, and as long hopefully no injuries happen, because then this whole game script can go right out the window.
Yeah, and I'm with you on Mike Gesicki. Jaguars got lit up by Janu Smith last week too for 2 touchdowns. So I think Gesicki's up for another big game.
Yep.
Yeah, that will be chalk. This Isaiah Ford guy though is staring at me.
Yes,
I think
he's very interesting.
I'm wondering what his ownership's going to be tomorrow. I'm going to have some shares of him as well.
Yep, I'll be posting that on Twitter and the Facebook page, all the ownerships as I get it. But yeah, no, again, if you're looking at game scripts, try and stay away.
Is there anybody you're afraid of on the Jacksonville Jaguars defense?
Yeah, I don't want to run on them. even though I like Gaskin.
You were talking about the linebackers earlier. Miles Jack.
Yep, Miles Jack. They got Josh Allen as the DE up there. They got the other boy. Who's the other boy on the linebacker there? Joe
Schobert?
Yes. Yeah, I don't want to run on Jaguar. But Gaskin is a good play. I'm just not going that route because I think Jags are winning. So if you're building your line, decide who you want to win and go how you think they're going to. I think this is going to be a high-octane fight. There's going to be a lot of throwing. So I want receivers on both ends.
Give us a score prediction. What do you like in here?
This is a high game, right? So I believe.
Yeah, it's over and under is 48.
48.
They're predicting a lot of points here.
Yeah, no, I can see it going above 48. I can see the game going like.
Dolphins are 0-2, Jaguars 1-1. So
people said the Raiders Saints was going to be low scoring, and it was a little higher than most people predicted. So I see this being around I would say over under 52. So it's going to be a high throwing affair. You probably want both quarterbacks. You want a receiver from each team, and then you probably want to bring it back with another receiver from the team that you think is going to lose. That's how I think Dolphins. So I want Parker, Gesicki, Fitzpatrick. On the other side, I want Minshew and either Robinson or Sano.
Do you like any of the tight ends on the Jaguars? They got Tyler Eifert.
Eifert is a great pivot away from the chalk. I do like Eifert.
He hit a touchdown last week.
Yep.
3 catches, 36-yard touchdown.
Yep.
How many targets he had? He had 6 targets. That's pretty good. This other guy right here.
James and Hennessy, I believe.
Yep, he had a good game. 4 catches, 40 yards. It looks like they used both tight ends.
Yeah, everyone gets a little piece of the pie in that. So
Four targets.
If you're doing multiple entry, you need to have a piece of everybody.
Mm-hmm.
You have to get different. I saw people saying, I want to play Zay Jones on Monday. And I saw a lot of people try talking these people off it. Like, don't do that. You're not going to win any money. And lo and behold, Zay Jones catches a touchdown.
Yeah,
you know,
that was a good call.
Things like this happen. You need, if you have a feeling that one of the IFIT I'm sorry, I butchered his name, is going to get in the end zone, go with it. That is going to separate you. That is your leverage over everybody else.
Now, if DJ Shark sits out, who's your favorite option?
Listen, Sano.
Sano?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of
Sano, I love him.
Absolutely.
He's going to be a good player.
I like the upside of him running.
Yeah, they got him running, receiving. They're being creative with this guy.
Now, as I've said, in these showdowns, most people will take the heaviest chalk and put him up in the captain MVP spot. And again, I'll post the ownerships tomorrow. In order to get away from that, you need to find if the chalk is running backs, then you want to go wide receivers up there. If they're wide receivers, you want to go the running backs. Never put quarterbacks up there unless they're dual threats, like a Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, a Josh Allen, a Watson. Then those are perfect. But neither one of these quarterbacks are dual threats, so I'm not using them in my MVP captain spot. It's going to be one of the pivots off of the chalk. So if DJ Chalk plays, he's going to be chalk, which means I'm going Sano in my MVP. If he doesn't, Sano is going to be chalk, which means I'm probably going to go either Robinson, who's also going to be chalky, or I might even go Keelan Cole.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how you got to get your leverage over the rest of the field. You got to get in. You got to figure out what the rest of the field is going to do and beat them.
All right, real quick, I want to talk about one of my favorite games for tomorrow's slate. On DK, there's the NFL Showdown 10K Engage 3 max.
Yep.
It's $8.
Yep.
I like it. I always target the 3 max entry lineups, so you stay away from the sharks, who always wants to put 150 lineups in.
Yep.
Top prize 1,000. I mean, we all can use 1,000 here and there, right?
Yep. I've said this in multiple videos. You don't have to chase the sexy numbers. You want to throw 1 or 2 lines in it, go for it. But go after some of these smaller contests. That's where the money's at. Dave has told you that he's a big cash player.
Yes. Always play them cash games, because those cash games will make your money back, because we all don't always hit on the GPPs.
Right. And if you're doing money,
don't do anything more than 100 people though. That's right. The key. 50 to 100 people. That's what you got to aim for, guys.
Yep. So if you're making all your money back in cash that you put in the GPP, then you're just breaking out. You're just breaking even or making a little bit of profit on cash. You're not just losing your bankroll on these big GPPs where people the people that put 150 in beat you. And you can beat the guys with 150 lineups. It can be done. We've seen it done.
It's been done. You one lineup, single,
But you just gotta play smart with it. It's your money. Be smart with it, and you'll stay in the green. For me personally, I love the single entries. They're my bread and butter. But of course, I'll have a couple into the big GPP, and I love Ford. Ford, I only went over him briefly when we were just talking about it, but he's had 14 targets over the last 2 games. That's good. That's juicy. If he's getting 5 targets or more a game, then he could be that guy that gets in the end zone. And that could be the difference between taking out a GPP or losing if you just fade him completely. So Ford is definitely going to be, now that I've been looking at it a little bit while I've been talking, he's actually going to be a main play of mine for GPP purposes going into tomorrow. And Sano will be more of a cash play for me, but I'm gonna have Sano and Ford in a lot of GPP lineups as well. So yeah, like Dave loves these 3 max entries. I love the single entries on FanDuels. So listen, everybody. So we're about to head out. Make sure you follow us, like us, subscribe. DFS Rebels on all platforms. Get ready for next episode coming up in a couple days.
Yep.
Yep.
We're bringing that heat, guys. Keep
Every day.
We need those subscribers. We need the likes. So please support us.
That's right.
We love you guys.
All right. Join the rebellion.
Yes, sir.